This is Rob Marchant from Clive Empson, Land and Property Auctioneers, and we're in Scarrots Lane in Newport on the Isle of Wight. Scarrots Lane runs parallel to and at the rear of the commercial stroke retail units in Pyle Street. So we come to the back to give prospective purchasers an indication as to the scale and type of redevelopment that's occurred in Scarrots Lane in recent years. A good mix of types of properties, flats and houses that have been built. The subject property that is for sale in our next auction offers scope and potential. It's the one ahead of us now, both with the blue personnel door and the blue roller shutter. So you can see from the size of that, the scope and potential here at the back of the property. We'll go inside for a tour in a moment, but we've also, of course, got frontage onto Pyle Street with similar potential. So moving inside, the property has most recently been in use by a meat wholesaler, and as one would expect, there's a range of storerooms and particularly walk-in fridges and freezers, which one would expect in a property of this nature. So if somebody wanted to pick up the commercial use, there's plenty of space to perhaps clear those out and have quite a good amount of commercial floor space if you wanted to. Heading towards the back of the property, we've got this larger sort of garage cum store with the roller shutter that we were just looking at in Scarrots Lane, and a good indication there as to the space that we've got above into the roof void. And then the other side of the roller shutter there is, as indicated, Scarrots Lane. Moving back through the property, as indicated, a good range of space here. And then moving across to the other side where the blue personnel door was that you can see in the back right hand corner, we've got again another large storeroom, staff cloakroom here, in what was effectively a sort of covered courtyard between the Scarrots Lane and Pyle Street ends of the building. Back here through into the room with the blue personnel door, and another walk-in fridge stroke freezer tucked away in the corner. And as we work our way back through, you can see the staircase there which runs to the upper floor on this rear elevation, which is the Scarrots Lane side of the property. Again, there's two distinct first floor areas, one to the rear over Scarrots Lane and the other one overlooking Pyle Street, which we'll visit shortly. So as we work our way on up to the top of the stairs, mix of offices and storerooms. This one, as mentioned, looks out over the Scarrots Lane end of the property. And again, good scope and potential available here. And as we head back down onto the ground floor, we're back to the front of the building now. Again, more walk-in chiller facilities and a view out onto Pyle Street at the front of the property. And then we've got the staircase here which runs on up to the first floor on the front part of the building. Again, even more space here which were obviously used as offices and admin base back in the day. So again, range of storerooms and the like. The size of the computer terminals and the presence of a fax machine will give an indication as to when this was last in full-blown use. As offices. So as we work our way back on through, we've got some more stores and offices, really just to give an indication as to the scope and potential. And it will be interesting to come back and have a look at the building in a few years' time and see whether somebody has decided on a full-blown knockdown and rebuild to both front and rear, or whether perhaps some or part of the building is saved and converted. Undoubted scope and potential here for residential accommodation on the front, overlooking Pyle Street. And as we work our way back through, we've got another staff cloakroom, small kitchen area. Again, all of this could, of course, be incorporated into a flat conversion scheme if that's the requirement of the new owners. And then we've got another large office cum storeroom, which again is looking out over Pyle Street to the front. So as we come to the end of our internal tour, just head out and finally have a look at the building from the front elevation off of Pyle Street, and that again gives a good indicator of the size and potential, and also a street view there showing a number of 3 and even a couple of 4-bedroom buildings in the street, which would suggest there might be scope to go up a further floor, subject of course to all the required consents being obtainable.